This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Tom, I was in the press box with you when Ty Washington went off in Oxford, and you were obviously saying some really positive things, as everyone else was. I know that Arkansas is up against a tough, daunting task against this defense, and obviously they got film on him last week. How do you still keep him involved in the game plan on Saturday morning?
Well, I mean, you do the same things you did the other day. And by the way, Ty Washington and Cam Ball were cutting up on radio last night with Chuck. And I think it just shows that the kids, I mean, it's been a tough streak for Arkansas, but those kids, man, they do the things they do. They go to school, they hang out together and all that. And it was fun to hear those two guys cutting up last night. I did our Hog Future on Ty last summer and just really enjoyed talking to him. And I said, look, I've seen your name listed as Tyrus, and I've seen it as Ty. I said, but what we like to do is we just like to go with one and don't mix it up, because the Cheyenne and C.J. O'Grady years were really tough on the ADG for how we referenced him. And he said he wanted to go by Ty. So we're rolling with Ty from now on. And he's got to be kind of that pressure valve on some plays, where you show you're going to block, and then you turn around and KJ can get you the ball if he needs to, because Alabama's bringing the pressure this year. They got a lot more sacks going on than they did last year.
Tom Murphy with us, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette here on the Morning Rush on the McClarty-Daniel hotline. Tom, yesterday Coach talked a lot about double tight end sets that Alabama is going to run. Go through some of the challenges this defense will face when facing that extra lineman up there, maybe to block, one to catch a pass. It'll be a little bit different look this year from Alabama's offense.
Yeah, it will be, and that means you got Hudson Clark at the nickel trying to tackle these guys, and that's a tough deal. He's going to be outweighed by a lot. They'll have to have another linebacker on the field more often. And it doesn't seem like Chris Paul is going to be available for the game. So then you probably have Antonio Greer starting with Jaheim Thomas. And then you got Crook and Spence, who they've gone to lately, as their backups. And you're going to have to have a third guy on there a lot more at linebacker. So it is going to be a different little situation, and of course they're still going to have to cover the speed guys. Burton and Bond, really going to be a challenge for their corners and nickels to run with those guys. Hey,
one of the good things is they faced a lot of good receivers. Anais Smith, Malik Neighbors. This isn't the first time they've faced fast elite receivers this year. They've got plenty of experience there.
Yeah, they do. It didn't turn out so well in the LSU game trying to run those guys down. Of course, A&M receivers, Stewart was really good. They went into their offensive role against Arkansas when Stewart got dinged up and was off the field for a while. Kind of showed you, the difference between him and the other guys. Number 9, I think he dropped every pass A&M threw to him that day. But, they do have experience going up against speed guys, and they're going to get another dose of it here.
Tom Murphy with us here on the McClarty-Daniel hotline, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, and Whole Hog Sports. Tom, you mentioned, again, Cam Ball and those guys and Ty Washington cutting up last night a little bit. I found it interesting, his story about how he initially knew he was going to be an Arkansas Razorback. Watching the movie Greater on Netflix, it just kind of popped up, and he said the first time he heard Hog Call was when he got goosebumps. And this is a kid from Atlanta. Yeah. This isn't a kid from our own backyard.
It's pretty wild. I mean, Greater is a fantastic story. They did a good job with that movie. And I actually was scrolling through channels about a week ago and saw it was on, and I put it on there. And, of course, once you're starting to watch that, it's hard to turn it off. I love that movie. And I don't know. Cam Ball's a special kid. I enjoy talking to him every time, and he's coming on, too. I mean, his stats last year were pretty productive, and he got a little bit bigger this year, and he's doing well. I know he's one of the guys who was injured last week, and I can't fathom that they had him on the show last night and he won't be available to play in this game. So I think he's going to be ready.
And speaking of guys coming on, Nico Davier had his best game as an Arkansas Razorback, same class, same high school as Andrew Chambly, and Coach spoke to his praises last night and yesterday. What kind of impact do you think he could have against Alabama, especially with a versatile quarterback like Jalen Milroe?
Yeah, and it looks like to me Deshaun Stewart might be available, so you're going to be deeper at DN. And, of course, John Morgan will be another week better. He didn't play last week, so the DN depth will be up. But I think Nico earned himself some reps the way he played last week. He had that – he blew up the little – I call him a pop pass. Kendall Browns called him a strike pass, but, the ones where the receivers are in motion and they pop it right to him. Blew it up for a 4-yard loss. And he had another play. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Ole Miss was throwing the ball out on the edge or something, but Ulysses Bentley was there to block Nico, and he got blown up. I mean, it was a reverse pancake what Nico did to that tailback.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.